Hello, welcome to video 13 in the endocrine system for anatomy and physiology. In our last video, we looked at the thyroid gland, and I said during that time that we would move on to the adrenal gland. The parathyroid glands we completed during chapter 6 on bones, so we're not going to go back through that. So with the adrenal glands, I need you to turn to figure 13 in your packet, and it looks like this. So with this, here is the location of the adrenal gland in our body. So you can see right here's the kidney. Sitting on top of each kidney is an adrenal gland. So this is the adrenal gland right here. It almost sits on there like a beanie on a person's head. So this right here is an adrenal gland. You can see that here would be the abdominal aorta, and we had the renal artery coming in here, but we also have some branches off the renal artery and off the aorta itself that feed the adrenal gland. Remember that hormones travel through the blood, so it has to have a rich blood supply. So if we were to take that adrenal gland and take a transverse section of it, it would look like that. And there's two major parts to this. There's the outside part, which is called the cortex, and the inside part, which is called the medulla or medulla, whichever one you prefer. I've heard it pronounced both ways. So if we looked at this in a photomicrograph, it's a little bit hard to see the distinctions. But right here, there's almost a line that goes across. This part down here is the medulla. All of this up here is the cortex. And the cortex is divided into three distinct parts. And you can almost see them with the shading. So there's a very thin layer of connective tissue up here that surrounds the adrenal gland. Then you can see that there is a boundary right there. And I'm going to zoom in here so you can see this a little bit better. But you can see how it's a little bit darker up here, and then it gets light. So this is called the zona glomerulosa. I don't even know how to pronounce this. Glomerulosa. Glomerulosa. Then we have this rather large section that goes down to about here, and then we have another smaller section right there. This area of the cortex is called the zona vesiculata. This one down here is the zona reticularis. And each one of these different zones is going to have different hormones that are secreted. So if we move back to the note packet, we're going to look at the adrenal medulla hormones. And there's two of them that are present. And let me zoom out of here just a little bit. 80% of the medullary hormones are epinephrine, sometimes called adrenaline. 20% of the secretions are norepinephrine. Our next video is going to address how the adrenal medullary hormones are regulated in the body.